My guest is Liz Malthouse of Beachside Property Rentals. Liz, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
I understand you're an owner at Beachside Property Rentals. You're the principal there. Tell us about Beachside Property Rentals. Whereabouts do you service and what do you do?
Okay, so Beachside, I've been up on the coast for 14 years now and have worked in the real estate industry in property management. And I decided I've been with a lot of agencies helping tidy up a few things and growing their rent roll. And I found that a lot of the principals involved in the current agencies weren't really connected to the property management department. So that was a little bit of a disappointment when it's always sales. So I had in a plan within myself that I wanted to actually start up my own business and just purely property management and give the clients the service that they actually are all wanting. And in order to do that, I decided that I would create Beachside Property Rentals. So that's how that was actually born. So we've decided to do mobile. I found that it's important to actually be able to get to your clients, and really I need my car, I need the internet, realestate.com, domain.com. They're all the tools that I need, and my car and my computer. So I can travel anywhere. I put my laptop in my car, I go to an appointment, I meet people at properties, I meet tenants at the properties. When a tenant moves in, I meet the tenant at the property and actually hand them the key. More personalised service rather than just being quite cold as the way it probably was very automated before. And the idea is actually to give the client, being the tenant and the owner, a more personalised experience. And I'm very invested in what I do. I love property management, and it's really important that we have that communication and that connection between all parties, because I am the communicator between the owner and the tenant, and it's important that we all have a good relationship.
So Liz, what areas do you service?
Okay, so I manage properties out as far as Cooroy, Black Mountain, and then down to Yurumba, which is just past Mount Coolum, and then the surrounding areas, Peregian Beach, Peregian Springs, around that coastal area and a little bit into the hinterland.
And if I'm someone who's looking to get someone to manage my investment property, why would I come to you?
Well, we find that we're more intimate and we're more connected to the property. I found with a lot of other agents, property managers come and go. So you're going to have continuity, and I actually work in the business and actually work with you as the client and with the property. So doing all the inspections and doing all the interviewing of the tenants, the viewings of the property, processing applications is all done by myself. So you're not going to be passed off to another person in the office. I have people that do support me, but I'm overseeing it all the time. Yeah, so it probably more invested, more passionate. And to me, this is my career. It's not my job. It's my career. So I'm really invested in what I do, and I'm really passionate about it.
Now, managing someone's property from their point of view is a big deal because it's a great big asset, and they're very, very proud of it, and all of those things. Do you find that by being mobile, you actually get a chance to keep a closer eye on the property and have a better understanding of how the tenants are going?
Yeah, well, it's interesting because I met with a prospective landlord this morning, and I said to her, I do drive-bys. It's important that I do that, and I'm more accessible. Whether I'm mobile in my car, it's even by your phone. I would challenge a lot of people to try and ring their property managers, especially after 5 o'clock on a Friday, and I'm sure they won't answer their phone. I have owners call me on the weekend because it's more convenient for them to contact me. They might be busy with their own business. And that's okay. So I will actually answer my call. So I'm mobile and I'm accessible 24/7. Although if you wake me up in the middle of the night, I may not actually hear it.
And what about your tenants, Liz? Do they find it a convenient service as well?
Yeah, that's really interesting. I've been having a chat to a couple of my tenants recently that I put into their properties. I actually met them at the property to hand the keys over, which was something very foreign to a lot of tenants, because usually they're meeting in an office. And they found it really refreshing because they could see the property, they were welcomed in, bring a cup of coffee to them, so I make them feel welcome. It also gives them the opportunity to have a look at the property with things that were going to be addressed before a tenant moved in. So it's more personalised. Although the other thing too is really important that we have that conversation with the tenant, with the rules and regulations of renting in Queensland, and to ensure that they're actually abiding by their obligations in the tenancy. So it's really important also for me to sit down with them and have that conversation.
And do you find that, I guess all agencies have that conversation, but do you find having it at the house makes it something that you get a higher level of commitment to from tenants?
Not all agencies have that conversation with tenants, so
I'd
actually dispute that. Some people just, I would dispute that. I think we have to build a relationship with our tenant. I don't want to be in the tenant's pockets by any stretch of the imagination, because that's a business transaction. But it's important that we have that rapport with them. And sometimes if a property is actually tenanted, we actually can't do a lease sign up in the property. So we go to a cafe, local cafe, and I actually buy them a cup of coffee and we go through all the documents that are required and what I actually expect and what we expect as a result of them looking after this property, renting the property, so then moving forward that they are fully abreast of what they're responsible for. So does it have a good relationship with the tenants? I think so. I have tenants text me and they know they're going to get a reply. Tenants are very grateful because they can actually get hold of me. And if a tenant can get hold of me with relation to a maintenance issue, well then it might save the owner a couple of $100, because we can address that there and now rather than wait until Monday when someone's going to answer their phone to have the issue addressed. Could be a water leak, could be doing damage to a cupboard. So accessibility to tenants for maintenance or tenants for other issues, whether it be signing a lease or, it's all about communication, because it is a big investment that the owner has.
Now, Liz, I notice on your website you talk about being able to rent property discreetly. Do you find you get owners who are looking to not be identified with a rental property?
Yeah, look, some of our property I always put on realestate.com, which is a very powerful tool. And as we all know, that's where all the properties go and all the tenants know. We might have an owner who doesn't want the neighbours to know what's happening. So therefore, I have a rental list of tenants who are currently looking for properties, and I know what their requirements are. Now, that list is very short-lived, as we all know, because a tenant can find a property usually within 1 to 2 weeks of them searching. So I will then use other mediums, like I use Facebook community pages as well. So, I will do what the client needs and what can work for the client. But if what they're asking and we're not achieving the result, well, then we'll have to have that conversation and see which other direction that we can go.
Liz, how can people reach out to you?
They can contact me on beachsidepr.com.au through my website or my mobile 0438 409 842, or they can shoot me an email at rentals@beachsidepr.com.au.
It's been a pleasure having a chat with you today, Liz. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Wayne. Have a good day.